so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to remain the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
What's going on, guys? Hey, Repeat back with you, and it's another Sunday night. That means it's time for the Turndown for What iRacing Truck Series tonight, live from Pocono Raceway for the NAV 80. That's right, it's a Network Alliance for Veterans 80 live from the Pennsylvania mountains. Glad everybody's out there, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. Welcome, welcome, welcome along after a little bit of a break, but we are back. And we're going to go on over to the Tricky Triangle. That's right, all three, the hashtag What Turn 4 of this 2.5 mile course in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Man, it's gonna be a great race. 80 laps here. Again, big thank you to the Network Alliance for Veterans. If you need any information regarding any kind of veteran benefits that are out there, please reach out to the one and only Lieutenant Colonel Cecil Ross, retired, of our United States Army, for any kind of programs that are there to assist you in whatever you may need, like Leon's Heroes, the Hero Care Program, all kinds of things. cfrossnav@yahoo.com, or again, networkallianceforveterans.com. I'll get all the information out there in chat here in just a little bit. But in the meantime, we got a cool Comic Collected 76-degree air temp and 103-degree track temp in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. It's time for qualifying. Let's go. First things first, let me get this microphone straight out of my mouth. And we're gonna push on. So let's go. Let's bring it on down. How about with the one and only Austin Collins right now? And let's go ahead and clear the boards. But yeah, Austin Collins in this number 74, very strong every single week. Right now, his first lap was good enough for about, let me get your tower up here. Looks like his first lap, or his get up to speed lap, was good enough for, about P4. So let's see where he puts this this number 74 machine, this good old Toyota. What position he gets this in as he's coming to complete his first full lap. But his burner was a pretty fast lap. All right, about midway through, allowing that truck to really eat up and off the corner. And as he comes across the start stripe, it looks like he will be good enough for P number 1 with a time of 54.87. Josh Taylor's going to be P2. Davey Weaver so far P number 3. How about we check in with Tom Harmon in his Avril Lavigne number 68 Silverado as he's coming down the Long Pond straightaway here. Backstretch, I should say. Again, big welcome to everybody out there between YouTube and Twitch. I absolutely appreciate you. You know, while we're just in this, let me make sure I've got my volumes all set, because that kind of sounds a little low to me. But nope, it looks like we're all done there. Okay. All right, as he comes across the start stripe, it looks like Tom Harmon is going to be good enough for P number 6. Let's see if he takes a second lap, or if he feels lap 1 was good enough, or will lap 2 be faster? Is this a 2-lap qualifying where you need to maybe get a little bit of heat in the tires, or you have to build up the air pressures a little bit, whatever? So let's see. Again, down to backstretch. Let's go ahead and bring up your track map as well. There you can see across the tunnel turn. Down the very short chute between turns 2 and 3. Gonna really dig off this corner. You'll watch him be able to open up that wheel and really get that thing flying. All right, off turn 3. And as he comes across the line, okay, that's good enough for P number 6. How about now we check in with Dave Mayo down here in this 08 machine. HSRA across the backside. Looking pretty good. Looks like we'll have just about 30 Bad Mother truckers out here on track. Again, from Pocono, Pennsylvania. Into turns 3. I'm sorry, I say he caught me. I was about to say into turns 3 and 4, but again, hashtag what turn 4. Way up by the wall. And he's going to come across the stripe. And looks like Dave Mayo is going to stay P25. How about John Osborne down here in this number 81? This is John Sand. It looks like qualifying is going to be over. Looks like either that or John Osborne just had a little bit of an issue. Nope, qualifying is over. All right, so we got 80 laps again here for the Network Alliance for Veterans. 80 Matty Joy fan says, 4 turns at Pocono? Really? What? I'll give you extra credit, Matty, if you know. Which 3 famous tracks are the 3 tracks here at, 3 turns here at Pocono modeled after? And for extra credit, if you could tell me who the original track owner was, I'd give you the extra credit. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up our grid. Let's clear out everything else, and let's go ahead and bring up your grid. All right, so looks like Chris Howell in that number 4. He's going to be the man on the pole this evening, with Chris Murphy to his outside. Kenny Lind in the 57 is going to be sitting P3. P4 is going to be Austin Collins in the 74. P5, Josh Taylor in the 18. To his outside, looks like it's going to be Tom Harmon in the Avril Lavigne number 68. P7 is going to be James Shanewolf in the 01 with Jose Ruiz in the 23 to his outside. P9 is going to be Evan Knopp in the 63, forever strong Evan Knopp in that 63, sitting P9. P10 is going to be Cole Snyder in the 2-4. This is a hometown race for Cole, so I definitely wish him a whole lot of luck. P11, Josh Arnold in that double deuce with Davey Weaver in the 28 to round out our top 12. Looks like P13 is going to be Mike Miller in the 5 with Mike Carter in the 98 to his outside. P15 is going to be Justin Burden in the 51 with Chris Weaver in the 82, sitting P16. Row number 9 is going to be Andrew Chapman in that 2-5 with Jim Dudai in the 053. Mike Allen in the 29, sitting 19th with Brad Slagle in the 052 20th. 21st is going to be Jordan Anderson in the 30 with Doug King in the 87, sitting 22nd. 23rd is going to be Claire Murphy in the deuce with Mike Campbell Jr., old Papa Bear himself, the lead admin and owner of the Turned Out for What iRacing community. Then it looks like in 25th, going to be Dave Mayo in that 08 with Zach Groover in the 20, starting 26th. 27th, Brian Pizzicami in the 78 with John Osborne in the 81, 28th. 29th is going to be Nick Gowan. Welcome back to Nick Gowan. Haven't talked to or seen him in a while. And then Tyler Brynock in the 62 coming in 30th. So we had a couple late additions, but yeah, 30 truckers here for the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series presented by the Network Alliance for Veterans. So again, the NAV 80 here from Pocono. Matty Joy, so turn number 1 is modeled after Trenton Speedway. Turn number 2 is after Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And turn 3 is modeled after the Milwaukee Mile. So there you go. Now you know. So you got 3 tracks kind of built into one. And it was actually a doctor from Pennsylvania that owned the land and opened up the track. Doctor has since passed, but yeah, there you go. All right, so let's go ahead and clear the. Let's go ahead and clear out our grid, and let's go ahead and bring back up our scoring pylon and our track map and everything else that you're going to need to make sure you can keep up with everything as the night rolls on. All right, so Pace Truck is going to go ahead and make that hard left towards pit road. Green flag's up. Let's go racing. All right, looks like the number 4 truck is going to be the first one to come across the line with a blazing lap of 1:01.18. You're about to see these lap times drop a whole lot more, but he's got the 74 of Austin Collins and Chris Murphy right in tow off turn number 1 down the backstretch. And we're about to see these trucks really dive into turn number 2. I used to wonder if these guys would be able to actually get that left side down below that yellow line to get a little bit more grip. But it turns out these trucks, with the way that they're set up, they may not be able to do that just yet. But as these trucks start to tighten up as the race goes on, you might see them get down there. It looks like the number 4 truck's going to be able to lead lap number 2. As you can see from about P5, P6, this is going back to P7. Cole Snyder, again, this is a hometown race for that Coca-Cola number 24. Again, Cole Snyder, so far the fastest lap is still going to go to Chris Howell, his second lap, 54.96. So yeah, we're turning lap times of just about a full minute across or all the way around this 2.5 mile raceway in Pocono, Pennsylvania. Chain Graboy says, "Let's go, Schneider. Haven't seen you for a while, sir. Welcome aboard." You see the double deuce of Josh Arnold right behind his good buddy Cole Snyder. In that, again, that number 22, James Shanewolf, back here in the 01. A little bit of a gap between him and Josh Arnold. In fact, if we look at the rear camera from Josh Arnold, that's the gap back to the 01. And from Josh Arnold up to that 24, here's your camera looking forward. As I was saying, everybody up within the top 10 as we look from Josh Taylor's roof cam. Everybody all in one single file line. If we look from behind him, not much of any double wide racing right now. What do you say we take a quick through the field, shall we say? Kind of reintroduce you to everybody. We've been off for a couple weeks, and as I said earlier, I got a couple guys that have been welcomed back to the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series ranks. So let's start with our leader, and we'll go through the field. So how about Chris Howell here? As I try to find it, there we go. Chris Howell in this number 4. Average Joe Motorsports. Best lap so far, 54.956. Last lap, 55.309. Chris Murphy right now sitting in P number 2 in this number 7. Austin Collins back here in this number 74. Again, very, very fast. He is one of the drivers, just like the 68, that you can bet will be able to save enough tire and save enough fuel if it comes down to it. And that's just like this guy right here. Like I was just saying, the 68, Tom Harmon. Kenny Lind behind him from Heel Turn Racing, down 2 spots so far. Tom Harmon up 2, Austin Collins up 1, Chris Howell and Chris Murphy right now, they started 1-2, and that's the exact same way that they're running. Jose Ruiz right behind those guys, he's also up 2 in his Columbia number 23. Cole Snyder again, a hometown boy. He's so far up 3 spots, going to try to decide not to look to the inside of the 23 going into turn number 2. So through the tunnel turn they go. 24 not able to get a good run and try to make that pass. Let's see, going into turn number 3. Nothing there. 23 moves all the way down, blocks the line, and off they go. All right, so Josh Arnold in that double deuce. He's also up 3 spots so far in his Bojangles machine. Josh Arnold, again, big, Mike Pop Bear Campbell, Josh Arnold, Cole Snyder, Jose Ruiz, Josh Taylor, and so many others in the Turned Out for What iRacing series, the NAOR series, the Shake and Bake series, and so many others. Been friends for so long, for so long, going all the way back to console days. So I mean, we've been on this service now, what, 4 years? I think it is 3 years, something like that. or at least that's what it seems. Yeah, these guys have been friends for a very, very long time. This guy we can add to it as well. The 01 machine for James Shanewolf, raced in the NNR, the No Name Racing League series, going back to console earlier, and from No Name Racing spawned the turn down for what iRacing Truck Series or iRacing Community. So we're all kind of linked in one way or another. Chain Graboid out there in chat. Yeah, he's another one that was with NAOR or the J-Pop Militia and you know, Dirty Mo Racing and all that, going back years and years and years. All right, Mike Carter in this number 98. Revolutions Motorsports up 4 spots to crack the top 10. Good for him. Josh Taylor back here in the 18. Another one that moved from NNR. A very, very strong driver in that. Also within the Turn Down for What series. Also in Shake and Bake series. So a lot of the guys, there you go. Chain Graboy said, raced Cole way back in 2016. Yeah, buddy. Mike Allen here in his number 29 UniFirst machine is again his Silverado. Mike Allen, I got to tell you, I tell you what, there is a very, very rare lung disease called Alpha 1. And Mike Allen is orchestrating a charity race where it's 2 drivers or more. It's going to be at Talladega in the coming future. If you want to know more about that, please let me know, and I'll hit you up over on Discord, or better yet, hit me up on Discord, and I'll get you the link to the Discord channel. Basically, it's $10 per driver, a minimum of 2, max team of 4. So if you got a team of 4 drivers, you want to go racing at Talladega for a full race. That's right, a full race. It's $40 for you and your buddies, and it's going to be just like any old, full-fledged race that you might find, like the Daytona 24, the 24-hour Sebring, or anything else. So if you want to know more about that, hit me up on Discord, and I will get that. I'll get that link over to you. That way you can get in on it. But again, it's going to be the Alpha 1 500 live from Talladega. It will be broadcast, not by me. That information is, I've seen some of the flyers out there on Facebook and I believe on TikTok and a couple others as well. I'm sure it's going to be a great time. Chris Weaver right behind him in this number 82. Chris Weaver is actually a sports journalist right on the North Carolina-South Carolina line outside of Charlotte. When everything was going on with North Wilkesboro, he was actually there to cover every single bit of improvement they made, all the way up to the grand reopening a couple years back now. Hard to believe we're talking about North Wilkesboro being back up and reopened. Josh Taylor, we talked about him already, but it looks like Chris Weaver was able to get around. How about Davey Weaver, Chris Weaver's son, back here in this 28 Haviland machine. Davey Weaver right now down 2 spots, sitting P14. P15 is going to be Evan Knopp, down 6. I'm waiting for Evan to really get on the move here. Evan usually going the other way, but he might be saving tires just a little bit. We try to make them last, and those that are running faster laps than him faster laps than he is around this 2.5 mile track, he might just be saying, hey, I'll see you later. Jordan Anderson's going to be behind him in this IROC Vodka number 30, right now sitting P16, up 5 spots. Justin Burden, he's back here in the 51 Toyota, down 2, sitting 17. Zach Gruber in this number 20 Silverado, he's up 8, sitting P18. And I tell you what, he's making some pretty good lap times. His last lap time was a 56.4. His best was a 55.4. So over these last now 12 laps, he's only lost just a second. Some others have absolutely lost more than that. If you're wondering about what's going on up front, you're not missing anything. Chris Howell and Chris Murphy are still running 1-2. Brian Pizzichemi back here in the 78 Silverado. He's up 8 spots inside the top 19 from Team Watson Racing. His best lap 56.1, last lap 56.4, might absolutely be saving in that number 78. Andrew Chapman back here in the 2.5, down 3 inside the top 20. And we got Mike Pop Bear Campbell in this number 78, this Mountain Dew machine. Let's actually check this thing out if we can here. See if I can't get up close and personal with his truck. There we go. So you see Jones Paint and Designs on the backside. Guys and girls, if you need any kind of a livery for a truck, Xfinity car, Cup car, whatever it may be, reach out to Byron Jones at Jones Paint and Designs on Discord. The man is absolutely amazing with what he can do with a digital brush. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys out there as well that can do some amazing schemes, but he's really, really good at it. I see him and John Osborne battling it out just a little bit. John Osborne's going to be able to throw it on underneath into turn 3 and end off. Coming across the start stripe, John Osborne taking the position. Doug King, we haven't talked about him yet in his Guns N' Roses number 87. All the way down the long stretch into turn number 1. Man, Guns N' Roses, amazing, amazing band. All right, Dave Mayo back here in the 08 from Matco Tools. He's up 1 after starting 25th with Claire Murphy right behind in that G Fuel Deuce. 26 going to be Mike Miller in this number 5. Hey, showing a little bit of broadcaster love on that backside. Definitely appreciate that, Mike. All right, Jim Duda in the 053. Right now sitting in P27, down 9 spots. Brad Slagle in the 052, just behind him. It says the punter. I'm going to guess there's something that I'll have to ask him what that is a little bit later on. So far, though, we've run caution-free for the first 15 laps, as looks like we might have a battle for the lead here in just a little bit, but you can also see that on the scoring pylon on the left-hand side. Tyler Brynock in the 62, looks like he missed the race right along with Nick Gowan. So we would have had 30, but just down to 28. So I'm going to guess Tyler Brynock and Nick Gowan missed the start and were not able to start from pit road. All right, so let's get on back now. Again, this has been our leader the entire time. We're talking about Chris Howell. So he's led now 15 laps out of the 80 lap distance for this evening. Austin Collins has moved on up 2 spots to get into P2. Chris Murphy down 1. Tom Harmon and Kenny Lind are our top 5. All right, so how about I take a little bit of a break, hand the sights and sounds over to Pocono Raceway. Let's have a little bit of fun here. If you got a nice Bluetooth setup, good surround sound, good nice loud TV or monitor or whatever, bang, crank it up. Let's take a couple laps around, shall we? Let's go. All right, so that's about that for a little bit of a crank it up section. Working lap 22 of 80 here for the NAV 80. Again, the Network Alliance for Veterans 80 lapper live from Pocono, Pennsylvania. Again, so big thank you to Lieutenant Colonel retired Cecil Ross from our United States Army. I'm going to go ahead and put his information out there as far as his email address, cfrossnav@yahoo.com. I'm going to put it out there in chat. That way, anybody that needs it, if you're in the great state of Indiana or any of the surrounding states and you need any kind of help or you need to know what kind of benefits are available to you as a veteran of our armed forces, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, whatever, reach out again to Lieutenant Colonel retired Cecil Ross. And again, if you are in the great state of Indiana or any of the surrounding states, please reach out to the guy. He can absolutely help you. If you want to find out more information about the Hero Care Program, Leon's Heroes, or anything else, as again, Green Flag Pit Stops continue to go on. It looks like with more people going on down pit road, like Jose Ruiz, Austin Collins, Chris Howell, Cole Snyder, David Weaver, and so many more, it looks like Tom Harmon in that Avril Lavigne number 68, he's going to become your new leader. So chalk up a leading point for the 68 and that Silverado. Talking about points, let's go ahead and take a quick look at points as we'll continue to keep an eye on everybody going down pit road. But here we go. So Tom Harmon, by virtue of his 4 wins, he is your points leader. 31 points back to Evan Knopp sitting P2. Sorry about the graininess of this slide, but Kenny Lynn 3rd, Andrew Chapman 4th, Jared Duda 5th, Cole Snyder, Nate Lehman, Austin Collins, Jim Duda, and Josh Arnold are your top 10. It looks like there's 107 points separating 1st through 10th, and it's been a great season so far, and we got a lot more racing to go. Talking about racing to go, here is the rest of our schedule. So this completes just the first half of this season's schedule. Next week we'll head on over to Michigan, followed by Kern Speedway. From what I understand, Kern Speedway, with a big thank you to McConey Setup Shop. They're actually going to be providing a setup for these trucks to run at that speedway, since iRacing took the fixed setup for that raceway off of or out of the servers, since they haven't gone back there this year. Lime Rock, Chicagoland, Las Vegas, Bristol, Talladega, Richmond, Texas, Phoenix, and Homestead. And I might as well let y'all in on what's going on as well. I unfortunately will not be here for a lot of, or for several of these races. I'm actually going to be moving from my home in North Carolina up to Rochester, New York. And with all that being said and done, I am going to miss quite a few races between now and then. There's going to be some adjustments or improvements made to my home, like new carpet, new paint, and all that. And with that, I'll have to break down my rig. And yeah, I won't be available to broadcast anything for a while. But I promise you, as soon as I get to where I'm going and get all set up, I will be right back on, and we'll bring as much content from the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series, as well as joining the one and only Frozen Toes 24, or Eliza Bethel, in the broadcast booth for the Shake and Bake iRacing Xfinity Series. So definitely not looking forward to the move, but looking forward to getting to where I got to go and getting back on as quickly as possible. All right, so looks like we've completed the full round of green flag pit stops. Looks like Claire Murphy back here is the last one to go ahead and pull off the pit road. So everybody from Brad Slagle running in P28 right now, all the way up to our leader in Chris Howell. We've completed full green flag pit stops. Matty Joy fan says, will someone else be broadcasting while you are gone? Matty, that is a great question, and over the next few races I'll have more information, and I'll get that out as soon as possible. I'm sure there'll also be something out there on Facebook through my content channel, which is basically just Repeat 1975. I would like to hope that maybe like the one and only Rick James might broadcast for me on this side. I'm not quite sure about Shake and Bake, but as more information comes available, as soon as I know what the timing and all that is, I will definitely let y'all know. All right, so Chris Howell, again, he has resumed the lead. Tom Harmon back quite a bit by 6+ seconds. So Chris Howell definitely has a very, very good feel for the for this tricky triangle here in the Pocono Mountains. He has absolutely extended that gap. Chris Howell went in on lap 22. Tom Harmon went in on lap 23. Jose Ruiz, who's also leapfrogged quite a few, he's up to P3 in this number 23. And that's up 5 spots. So a lot of moving and shaking, getting to their pit stall and coming off of pit road. You know, I mentioned this before, and I think the last time I talked a little bit about it was with Eliza over on Monday nights, which I'll see her again tomorrow night. Cannot wait. But I know I've mentioned the full dance for these guys getting onto pit road. So you got to really woe it up, but while carrying as much speed getting into the pit. So you got to be really aggressive. Then you got to come across that commitment line without speeding. Hold max speed all the way up to your pit stall. Don't slide past your pit stall and don't short it too much. And then you got to be Johnny on the spot with the throttle, but not spinning the tires, trying to get out of pit road, and then carrying max speed all the way down pit road without speeding yet again, and then getting back out on track as quickly as possible. So it really is a full dance getting on and off pit road. All right, so we gotta let's get rid of this Chris, whatever his face is here. Let's make sure that he can't get out there anymore. I said cheap viewers on something or other. I'm going to guess that's some kind of a new thing, but that's all right. Let's see. Again, long train all the way around this 2.5 mile triangle in the Pocono Mountains. But how about this though? Working lap 29, caution free, very spaced out from our leader, which is still the 4 of Chris Howell, all the way back to the guy last on track right now, Chris Murphy. We're talking over a minute. So we've got up to 23rd only on the lead lap, and that's this guy right here, Jim Duda, and his number 053 Toyota TRD machine, 23rd. So the pace that is being put on tonight here at Pocono is absolutely blistering. In front of Jim Duda is going to be Justin Burden in his Carhartt number 51. Jim Duda and then Doug King in the 87. Right now he's sitting 22nd. 21st is going to be John Osborne in his Nike Just Do It slogan, number 8. Like I said, just said 81 Ford F-150. Dave Mayo in the 08 CarQuest, I believe, machine, maybe just in front of him. James Shanewoolf in the 01 Elite machine. He's sitting 19th. Josh Taylor in this 18, very, very fast in practice. And his HendrickCars.com Silverado. Brian Pizzicami in this number 78, just ahead. We got a little bit of traffic in front of this 78, as it looks like he's got the 30, the 71, as well as the 82 just ahead. Going to be able to get underneath the 30 by really getting down close to that yellow line, letting it eat up and off the corner, and all 4 able to get back single file. Chris Weaver in this FoxNews.com number 82 just ahead, with Mike Papa Bear Campbell, and then Davey Weaver just ahead. Andrew Chapman in this 2.5 Virginia Tech Hokies machine. Andrew Chapman, big part of Team FIWB, gets a lot of help from Jimmy Cocker and all the guys over from that series or from that team. So Andrew Chapman looking pretty good out there. 63 of Evan Knopp. Evan, I've been waiting to see if he's going to be able to get on up there, but so far has not been able to do that. And I'm sure as the night rolls on, as I always say, you cannot count this guy out. All right, then. Josh Arnold in this double deuce. Bojangles. I was actually just at Bo's less than a week ago. I got their cheddar burger. I got my wife some chicken tenders and a couple biscuits. It had been a very, very long time since I was there last, and definitely will make sure that it's not that long again, because that food is absolutely amazing, especially their sweet tea. 98 of Mike Carter right now sitting P9. He's up 5 spots so far. Let's go ahead and bring your driver information back up. That way you can kind of keep up. Better yet, I'm kind of curious. Let's get up to our leader. Ahead of Mike Carter, might as well finish this. Ahead of Mike Carter is going to be Cole Snyder in that Coca-Cola number 24, sitting P8 up 2. Austin Collins down 3 in his number 74 to P7. P6 is down 4 spots. Is going to be Chris Murphy. Zach Groover, P5. Kenny Lind up here in the 57. Matty Joy fan says, sausage Bowberry biscuits at Bojangles are absolutely amazing for breakfast, by the way. You know what? My brother ended up getting that same thing when we went through. So, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. All right, Jose Ruiz right now still sitting P3, up 5. Tom Harmon up 4, sitting P2. And Chris Howell, again, still leading the way by a whopping 17 seconds. What is it under the hood that this number 4 truck has? Because he is just destroying the field this evening. All right. Definitely welcome all 15 of you out there between Twitch and YouTube. If you haven't already, please go on over, smash the follow, hit the subscribe if you can. Definitely appreciate it. All right, so let's take a look at some lap times between Chris Howell and the drivers around him, first through third. Here you go. Chris Howell absolutely blistering everybody right now by 1.1 seconds per lap. I don't quite see how that's possible, but he's figured something out. Howell is flying. You're absolutely right, Matty. Absolutely flying. All right, again, how about one more time? A little bit of a crank it up session. We'll go through the field, and I will be back. Let's go.
Yeah. So he took 4 tires and nobody else did besides a few stragglers. And that's nothing.
All right, caution is out, so we're going to whoa and slow him up. Looks like something's going to be, or something happened with Josh Taylor back there in the 18. But, yeah, again, this is going to erase this full lead that Chris Howell had on the rest of the field. Let's go back, find out what happened with Josh Taylor right now. All right, so there is Josh Taylor. He's got the 82 to his outside and the 30 just ahead. Let's go ahead and play this out, find out what happens here. All right, off the tunnel turn, down the shorter chute, if you can, between turns 2 and 3. Going to dive off into 3. Still see the 82. He's up high. 82 giving plenty of room. Looks like the 18 just going to slide up and just nowhere for the 82 to go. 18 hard into the outside wall. Able to lock it down, though, for the most part. I don't know exactly what kind of damage he got, but let's see if we can't get a quick look at it real fast. No real damage on the front end of this number 18 Silverado, so might take a little bit of a shot to the ego, maybe. Definitely a shot to the track position, but Josh Arnold will be. I'm sorry, not Josh Arnold. Josh Taylor. There we go. Who will be able to work his way back through, though. But this is going to clear that big old deficit between the field. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. Alright, so let's see if Chris Howell is available in chat to chat right quick. I don't believe I saw him earlier. Let's see. Mr. Howell. Yes, he is actually down there in Rusty Wrench Motorsports. I believe they all would have already gone down pit road if they were going to. Nope. He's actually going to go on down right now. So we'll wait till he comes back out on track to have a quick word, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and bring everybody with him all the way down this front stretch that absolutely spans the entire front straightaway here. And oh, by the way, Pocono also has, and that's just it as well, the longest straightaway in all of NASCAR. So it's not at Indy, it's not anywhere else. The longest straightaway is here at Pocono Raceway in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Looks like he's going to take just fuel as he is able to leave his pit stall in just 8.3 seconds. Zach Groover back here. Havoc 052, Havoc _ 052 over on Twitch. See his channel there. Tom Harmon's going to come out third with Avril Lavigne adorning his truck bed. Mike Pop Bear Campbell. How about this? Mike Pop Bear Campbell up 20 spots after a pit time of 8 seconds, and Jose Ruiz. All right, so let's see if we can't get a hold of Chris Howell here right quick. Again, from Rusty Wrench, I believe I saw. Let's go ahead and bring him on up. Chris, it's Repeat Up in the booth, bud. You got a quick copy in that flying number 4.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Man, I tell you, I don't know what it is about Pocono Raceway, but it seems like it absolutely agrees with you. You're just flat flying everywhere around this 2.5 mile tricky triangle. What is it about Pocono that fits your driving style?
I don't know. I particularly don't like a tight truck, and this is a tight truck. Had a lot of time in the officials in the here at Pocono a few weeks back. But hey, I used the set there. These guys put probably a fresh set on. I did not, so I'll be sinking fast here. They got more grip to me to the end, so unless something drastic happens, that's probably pretty much my race.
I don't know. I mean, you came. Well, I want to say you came out of nowhere and took the pole from some pretty fast, pretty dominant drivers within the turned out for what iRacing Truck Series, and you just flat ran away. Is it dirty air or what is it?
I mean, I just had the tire advantage there on that last stint. They didn't take tires, I did. That's why I drove away. But the first stint, they were catching me. I forgot who it was. Austin, I believe, drove up to me. But hey, we'll see what happens here.
All right, buddy. I'll get you back on down to Rusty Wrench. Wish everybody down there good luck for me. As always, keep the shiny side up, sir. And I'll get you back on down right now.
All right, I appreciate it.
You got it. All right, one more time. Pilot of this number 4 Silverado, Chris Howell, back on down with the rest of his teammates. And what a race he's had so far. Unfortunately, the gap completely erased, and he's going to have to try to start all over yet again. Matty Joy says, let's go, Papa Bear. You are not kidding. How about that track position for driver 71? Always great to see Papa have a great race. I tell you, I mentioned earlier that we come from, the console side and whatnot. It used to be Pop Bear struggled quite a bit with racing. But you know what? The guy has a absolutely no-quit attitude. He will be there for every single lap if his truck's not destroyed. And again, as always, with no fast repairs, he does the best to maintain as long as he can. Sometimes gets caught up in other people's incidents. Other times, he might accidentally, start something. But Pace Truck's going to go ahead and make that hard left towards Albuquerque. He's absolutely drifting that thing down pit road. But green flag's back out. Let's go. So Mike Pop Bear Campbell actually falling back a little bit. We got a new leader. Talking about Tom Harmon in that Avril Lavigne number 68. Well, looks like Chris Howell might have been right. He said they were going to eat him up here. Tom Harmon did take 4 tires with a pit time of 14:63. Chris Howell, I think I mentioned that he took either just fuel or maybe just rights with a pit time of 8:30. Jose Ruiz, as he's getting closer and closer to the back bumper of that number 4 as well. And might look like Jose Ruiz is going to have a little bit of a shot here and maybe taking P2. Left rear, door, bumper, and clear. Jose Ruiz is going to be able to clear Chris Howell coming off of turn number 3. So move driver 23 now up 6 spots to take over P number 2. Chris Murphy now all over the back end of that 4 as well in this number 7 Ford. Take a look from his front nose cam. There we are, going down into turn 1. Topher Grace, Topher Grace 83. That is Ford driver for Chris Howell on his Twitch. Look at that, even Chris Howell showing a little bit of love on the back end of his door. You got the repeat logo there. How about that? Thank you very much, Chris. Definitely appreciate you. Austin Connell, up close and personal. Let's back that out just a little bit. He was way up his gears. Alrighty. So now Tom Harmon starting to pull away a little bit by about a good 0.6 or so. Chris Murphy right there as well. Austin Collins and Chris Howell now eat up the top 5. But again, Chris Howell led a good majority of the race so far. We'll see if anybody can now get on up there to Tom Harmon. I would imagine if caution should fly again, that Chris Howell will get on up there and challenge back again. But he said he was about to be eaten alive. Well, here he is. Matty Joyce fan says, whoa! There you go. All right. Mike Carter, let's see if we can't go back again to Mike Allen. Way back here, as it looks like it might be a little bit of an issue. Is that Brad Slagle? No, not quite sure who that was. Saw somebody have a little bit of an issue back there. Tell you what, Mike's not too busy right now. Let's see if we can't find Mike Allen right quick. That way we can get a quick chat about this Alpha One endurance charity race that's going to be coming up. Let's see if we can't find him right quick. There he is. He's down there in Team SFR. Let's go ahead and bring him on up to the booth here right quick. Mike Allen, it's Repeat up in the booth, bud. You got a quick copy, sir?
How you doing, Pete?
I'm all right, Mike. Mike, I figured I'd pull you up right quick. Doesn't look like you're in too much traffic in that Universe 29. We were talking a little bit ago about the Alpha 1 charity race that's going to be coming up. It's a full-length race at Talladega Superspeedway. Teams of 4, minimum of 2. Both drivers, if it's a minimum of 2, they have to have equal stints in the car at that juggernaut of a 2.6-mile superspeedway. What more can you tell us about the Alpha 1 race and when it is, what car it's going to be in, how many teams you've got registered, or any other information you'd like to share, sir?
All right, well, right now it's October 5th. Starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a 5-hour timed race. Like you said, there's a minimum 2 drivers, maximum 4 drivers. We got prizes, first, second, third. We got a couple die casts, and probably either iRacing credits or money, however they choose to take it. And we got the Alpha Foundation has been nice to give up some merch for some prizes to add to it. So we got some real nice sweatshirts. We got some hats, shirts, and tumblers, drink tumblers. And we're hoping we got a good. I hope it's a successful thing like we did in 2021, Pete.
Yeah, I don't doubt. I know in 2021 I actually ran the race with Mike Kinsley, I believe, at the time. And yeah, it was an absolutely phenomenal race. There were 3 or 4 full-time broadcasters that jumped on it. I know Frozen Toes did it, Atlanta Racing, if I'm not mistaken, Rick James did it, as well as like one other.
We had Vols in there.
There, okay. Who's broadcasting it this time around?
This time around we have Green Flag TV.
Okay.
They do a pretty good job, and right now I just put out there that we want to start getting the teams put together. I got to do a little check-in with the foundation this week here to let them know where we're at, and just keep on the same page as them because they're allowing us to put this on.
No, I absolutely get it. Can you tell us a little bit about Alpha 1? I know that it's a rare lung disease. I know that unfortunately you are, you've actually got the disease. You live with it every single day, and you have for a very long time. You've been in the Turned Out for What iRacing ranks, even going back to console under the screen name of Ramset back then.
Well, Alpha 1 comes from, it's a rare gene that comes from both parents. There's actually like 13 to 14 different combinations of genes that you can have that both parents would pass on to their child. Unfortunately, mine is ZZ, they call, and that's the worst one where, I get a weekly IV that pretty much keeps me alive with a medicine,
Right.
But, it's also in the liver. The bad thing is children are the ones that suffer with the liver, Alpha 1 in their liver.
Right.
And it's a lot. They got to live with that, being treated and have that IV to keep them alive. And, down the road, you could end up getting a transplant.
Unreal.
Yeah, it's right now they estimate there's 185,000 people worldwide that are diagnosed with it.
Right.
Just in the United States, there's about 3,500 that are getting treated with the same medication that I get.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty rare,
Gotcha.
They don't check for it. They don't check for it. And we are actually at the Washington trying to get it passed, a bill passed, so it is checked while the baby is still in the womb of the mother. They're trying to get it passed to have that checked ahead of time so they know when the baby's born, you know, it's going to have Alpha 1, you know.
Well, Mike, I definitely, you know, I've known you a long time. You've been around all the leagues and whatnot that I remember, you know, AKA, Turned Out for What, and so many others for the longest time. Of course, you as a buddy, and very soon to be a fellow New Yorker with you.
Absolutely, man.
I'm glad that we're all going to be able to chip in and hopefully get some more information out there that is really needed about Alpha 1. And as a recap one more time, Mr. Allen, can you let us know the date and time and vehicle here on iRacing for the Alpha 1 endurance race at Talladega?
The October 5th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a 5-hour timed race. So looking to have some fun. We will be driving Xfinity cars, by the way. Pete.
Okay, there you go. All right.
So they're a lot of fun on the Super Speedway.
No doubt. All right, Michael, get you back on down with the rest of the team. What's that?
Thank you so much.
No, you were absolutely.
I'm a sole survivor. I'm a sole survivor down here in SFR.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. All right, I'll get you back on down right now.
So much, sir.
You're very welcome, sir. As always, keep good luck. Keep the shiny side up at that UniFirst number 29 Silverado for Team Alpha 1. All right, so there you have it. You know, guys and girls out there in the land of Twitch and YouTube. Mike Allen, things don't always, you know, appear as they seem. Mike, he's a great guy. He's been in and out of the hospitals throughout his time here in Turned Down for What, and even before that. And unfortunately, you know, none of us are getting any younger. But I fully support Mike, and I have for a very long time. All right. In the meantime, let's get back on up with our leader, checking in with Tom Harmon and his Avril Lavigne number 68. And again, to recap everything that we just talked about with Mike Allen and the Alpha 1 series, if you're out there and you want to actually race in that race, please let me know. We'll get you the Discord, and we'll get your team set up. If you've got, you know, 2 or 3 other buddies, and you wanna get in on it for a chance at all the prizes and swag that's going to be given away. Man, it sounds like it's going to be a great time for a very great reason. All right, Austin Collins, he's made his way on up in that number 74 back to P number 2. Let's take a look at some lap times here and see who is fastest among the top 3. It looks like Austin Collins, 4 of the last 5 laps, he's been reeling that number 68 in. Austin Collins right now with a 1.4 second gap between first and second to third is just another 0.3. As you see, Chris Murphy here in this number 7 Ford, he's getting closer and closer. We saw Jose Ruiz when he took over second, and right now it looks like he's dropped back to fourth rather. Mike Carter sitting P5 in that number 98 Toyota TRD machine. All right, chat, so we are past halfway here in the NAV 80. That's right, the Network Alliance Sport Veterans 80 lapper live from Pocono. Who do you think gets it done tonight? As my voice cracks, which hasn't done that in 30 plus years, but that's all right. You know, I'm closer to 50 than I am anything else. But you think the 68 for Tom Harmon gets it done? Does Austin Collins get on up there? I mean, again, very fast in practice, and I mean, these guys have just been flat flying. Still only one caution on the evening when 2 cars collided coming off of turn number 3. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at those practice laps right quick to show you what I was talking about. So you can see, I mentioned earlier that the 18 of Josh Taylor was very fast in practice. Right now, Josh Taylor, after that wreck, finds himself back in P22. Last lap time was a 56.46. His best of the evening was a 55.40. The leader's last lap time was a 56.49, so he's a little faster than the leader. He just has a whole lot of time that he would have to make up, which it's not happening this far back on track. So Tom Harmon, our current leader, he was second fastest. Mike Miller, we mentioned that he's also very fast as well. Mike Miller right now sitting in P23. Chris Howell, he led most of the laps in the first 40 or so laps of tonight's race. Josh Arnold in that double deuce was fifth fastest in practice. Brian Pizzicemi, Andrew Chapman, Austin Collins, Chris Murphy, and Nick Gowan would round out the top 10 when it comes to practice. All right, so let's go ahead and get all of our information back up here for you right now. Talking about Josh Arnold, old J-Pie in that double deuce, it seems like him and his buddy in that 24, talking about Cole Snyder, they can't be separated. It seems like they're kind of joined at the tailpipe. And, yeah, they've literally been racing around each other all evening long. Josh Arnold sitting 9th. Cole Snyder started 10th and currently running in that same exact position. All right, so here's the gap in between our leaders as we take a look back from his rear cam. See Austin Collins right behind. From Austin Collins back to Tom Harmon. I'm sorry, Austin Collins back to Jose Ruiz, rather. You see Jose there as Austin Collins pulls on down, trying to break the draft. Jose Ruiz back to Chris Murphy is going to be another 7/10 of a second. Chris Murphy back to Andrew Chapman. You're talking about 1.5 seconds back. And then Mike Carter is just 2/10 back in his Toyota machine. Evan Knopp, the guy that I've been waiting for to make some moves, he's been able to survive the majority of this race. And look, here he is. He's now up to P7, so up 2 spots, not falling back much, and trying to make some noise. He's definitely cracked back into the top 10, sitting P7. P8 is going to be Kenny Lynn, looking back at Josh Arnold from his tailgate. Josh back to Cole Snyder. Cole Snyder all the way up, and from Cole Snyder on back to Brian Pizzicemi, and that is Cole Snyder again, still sitting P10. Brian Pizzicemi P11. Brian Pizzicemi now up 16 spots in his TWRS number 78 Silverado. Looks like it may be a little bit of a fight right behind these guys between the 51 and the 30. 51's going to have the line to the inside, but I don't think that was actually for position, as the 51 is showing back in 23rd. That's going to be Justin Burton. The nose from Tom Harmon going into turn number 1. And if we take a look off of his back deck lid again, you can see everybody coming off turn 1 down the backstretch. Everybody just one long single file line going into the tunnel turn number 2. Again, modeled after Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then as we look ahead, going into turn number 3, modeled after the Milwaukee Mile. And then again, going to go down the longest straightaway in NASCAR, towards turn number 1, modeled after Trenton Speedway. Big sweeping turn number 1. I believe that's about 14 degrees of banking, holding that truck steady. And again, great. It's always fun to jump on board with Tom Harmon and see exactly how he's navigating these tracks. one of the best at it with 4 wins already on the season. No surprise, he knows how to get himself around. All right. Austin Collins really reeling him in. And if we look ahead from the nose of Austin Collins, you'll see, I mean, he's got Averill right in his sights. And it looks like, okay, we're going to have the second round of green flag pit stops right now. Averill and the 74, as well as the 23 of Jose Ruiz. Kenny Lind is going to go ahead and inherit the lead. Looks like Josh Arnold's also going to stay out. Cole Snyder staying out. Brian Pizzichemi and others. John Osborne looks like he's going to be the one to pick up all the way up to P5 by virtue of everybody in front of him going on down pit road. All right, so our new leader, Kenny Lind, in that number 57 Toyota TRD machine down the backstretch. He's got Josh Arnold behind him. That number 51, again, a lap down, as you can kind of keep track with everybody there on the scoring pylon. Who's on pit road, who's a lap down, who's multiple laps down, and who is out of the race. Looks like King and 2 others out. The 2 others that are also out of the race, if I'm not mistaken, they were Tyler Brynock and Nick Gowan, as it looks like the 57 of Kenny Lind, he's going to go ahead and bring it on down pit road right along with Cole Snyder, Brian Pizzichemi, and Josh Arnold. So the whole dance again. So it looks like the 20 is Zach Groover, currently in 6th. He's going to be able to, nope, he's going to come on down pit road as well, which should cycle everything all the way back to Tom Harmon. Tom Harmon coming through and off of turn number 3. He's got the 29 of Mike Allen just in front of him. Going to come underneath the flag stand, and Tom Harmon will resume the lead. Austin Collins going to stay 2nd. Jose Ruiz, he's going to stay 3rd. Claire Murphy's going to stay 4th. Andrew Chapman is going to stay inside the top 5. And Evan Knopp, he's going to jump his way on up to P6. Kenny Lind is going to be 7th. Mike Carter is going to be 8th. Josh Taylor, 9th. Big recovery for Josh Taylor. Last time he was on pit road was lap 40. So he's been able to, leap through some of this traffic. But Josh Taylor, he's way back here, no longer by himself. But the last time he was on pit road was lap 40, where everybody else just came down pit road on lap 60 or 61. So he's going to fall behind yet again when he has to come on down pit road. Very unfortunate for a very fast Silverado, as I showed you earlier during the practice times here from Pocono. Want to say another big thank you to our sponsor, the Network Alliance for Veterans, through Lieutenant Colonel retired Cecil Ross from our United States Army. I'll go ahead and pull his information again, or put his information again out there in chat. If you are a veteran in the great state of Indiana or any of the surrounding states, and you need information about any kind of programs that are available to you, make sure you hit him up on networkallianceforveterans.com, or if you want to send him an email, you can also do that at cfrossnav@yahoo.com. Going to put that out there right now as well. He'll tell you all about Leon's Heroes, the Hero Care program, and so many other programs that are available to you as a veteran of our armed forces, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, or Space Force. Make sure you reach out to Lieutenant Colonel retired Cecil Ross, again, of our U.S. Army, now retired. All right, 17 laps to go here from Pocono, as we'll get back on up with Tom Harmon and Chris Collins. These guys nose to tail down the backstretch. Austin Collins just looks like he's absolutely shoving that 68 into the tunnel turn. 74 just has to really watch. He doesn't get too tight. And at the same time, doesn't want to put too much wheel into it so he doesn't burn up that right front. Not yet able to get around that 68. Basically just want to stay right there. I don't believe they'll have to pit again. So it's really now or never as to try to get on up there and try to get by Tom Harmon while your tires are still new and get a point for yourself. I never, ever, ever in my life would have thought I would say the words, "I'll be a New Yorker." Never. But hey, what do you know? Okay. Jose Ruiz back here into 2-3 as it looks like Cole Snyder. So Chain Graboid's still out there watching. Cole Snyder just went to Plaid, posting the fastest lap of the race so far after pitting on lap 61 with a time of 54.86. So I guess Cole Snyder says, hey man, it's time to go. Pulling up on the back end of the 78 for Brian Pizzakemi and taking P8. Cole Snyder again, 55.46, the fastest lap of the race. And what a phenomenal lap. I'm sorry, 54.86, not 55.46. 54.86. I believe that's going to be about 2/100ths better than the previous fastest lap. But man, that is flat flying. And the previous fastest lap was the guy that he just passed, the 78 of Brian Pizzakemi. How about that? Evan Canop can never count this guy out. Now up to P6. He's blinking out just a little bit. But yeah, Evan Canop up to P6, up 3 spots. He was mired back in traffic earlier. Starting to storm his way through the field, get back maybe into the top 5, top 3. Maybe we'll be talking to him a little bit later on for a podium position. Chris Murphy in this number 7, doing very well. Let's actually see if we can find the guy that led most laps here earlier in this race. Here is the number 4 of Chris Howell. Back to P13, down 12 spots. But like he said earlier, he lost a lot of track position because he took 4 tires. I'm sorry, he only took fuel or maybe right side tires where everybody else took 4 after our one and only caution was completed. But during the first round of green flag pit stops, when he led the field down pit road, he took 4 where others didn't. So he really extended that lead. I mean, so much so, when you're talking about putting a second or more per lap over our now leader, Tom Harmon, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Where's this 4 finding the speed? What's he got under that motor? I mean, or under that hood there? Did he maybe find a setup in a fixed league, or what happened? How'd that happen? It just seemed really sketchy, but no. That's what it was. It was a difference in 4 tires versus none, or 4 tires versus 2. And the man was just blistering fast. So I have to see how he does here now that we're within 13 to go of this Nav 80. Let's take a look for our biggest mover of the evening. I think our biggest mover of the evening is going to be Brian Pizzakemi with close second for John Osborne here in this Nike number 81. John Osborne, he's up 14 spots. Andrew Chapman, he's up 12 spots. And Brian Pizzakemi sitting P8 right now in his number 78 Silverado. He's now up 19 spots, as it looks like he was able to get back around Cole Snyder in that 24. You see Josh Arnold back there in that double deuce, staying inside the top 10. And that number 22 Ford F-150, up 1 spot since he qualified. So it's kind of hanging right around where he started the race. But he's another one that you can never count out. Got a win earlier this season at Iowa. Unfortunately, I was not able to cover that race. But anytime this guy wins, it's like a family affair with him and the rest of his friends over at NAOR. What we used to call the J-PA Army or the J-PA Militia back in the days. Because there literally is a gang of friends that have been together years and years and years. All right, let's look ahead from Jose Ruiz, taking a look off of the nose from his number 23 Toyota. Austin Collins is up there, so the truck that's right in front, that's not a battle for position. It looks like it's going to be the 18 HendrickCars.com machine for Josh Taylor, going underneath the start stripe to take 10 to go. Let's see if Josh Taylor allows the 23 to get on by. It looks like he's going to do just that. He's going to stay high, not to impede those on the lead lap. It looks like the 7 might be blinking out just a little bit. That's going to be Chris Murphy. And then you see the 25 of Andrew Chapman. Evan Knopp still sitting P6 back here in his number 63 JBL Silverado. Kenny Lind, who led earlier in his Liquid Death number 57, sitting P7, down 4 spots from where he started the race. Brian Pizzichetti is going to be a little bit further back in 8th. 9th, Cole Snyder. And again, to round out the top 10, it's going to be Josh Arnold. That number 29 that you just saw behind that 57, again, that's going to be Mike. It's going to be Mike Allen sitting P24. Now 9 laps to go. Looks like Brad Slagle is going to go ahead and bring his machine down pit road. Going to grab, looks like just fuel and come on out. Right now he sits 24th. Claire Murphy going to be behind him, 25th. Mike Carter and James Shanewoolf look like they are out of the race, right along with Doug King. So, actually it says James Shane was just in the pit, so maybe he had to fix up some damage. Not 100% sure. But let's get back on track. Looks like Zach Groover, he's called it a night. You saw him on the inside wall for just a moment. Now back in his pit stall. So he's going to retire early. Still that battle for P1. Tom Harmon, Austin Collins still nose to tail down the backstretch. You saw Jose Ruiz way back behind them. If we look back from Austin Collins back to Jose Ruiz, Jose way up, was way up by the outside wall, trying to get a good entrance into turn number 2. Jose Ruiz, good 3 seconds behind Austin Collins. If we look ahead from Jose Ruiz towards Austin, that's what the fight looks like from his. Actually, let's jump on board. Let's go and jump into the cockpit with Jose Ruiz and see what it looks like from him. Let's actually take a lap around with Jose. Yeah, you absolutely hear Jose Ruiz and all the feathering that he's got to do with that throttle pedal to make sure that it doesn't step out on him. You see, I mean, look at the wheel. Look at the stripe on the top. He's almost pointing straight ahead already, coming off the corner. That means that the back end is absolutely working for him, and he's not really having to fight a whole lot in his number 23 machine. But look at him. He's still in the corner, but his wheel's already straight. So he's got a loose race car, but hey, like they say, loose is fast and on the edge of out of control. All right, let's take a look from Austin Collins up to Tom Harmon. This is what that fight looks like from the cockpit of Austin Collins. Still see that Avril Lavigne, number 68, just ahead. And if we look back to Jose Ruiz, again, that's what That's what 3.2 seconds looks like. And up to Tom Harmon, this is what 0.2 look like. Tom looks like he's a little loose, but able to definitely able to hold on to that. And looking back from Tom Harmon, again, that's what 0.1 looks like. Austin Collins staying right there with Tom Harmon. 5 laps to go here tonight from Pocono. And if you just joined, definitely see all y'all out there. This is a turn down for what iRacing Truck Series live from Pocono for the NAV 80, the Network Alliance for Veterans 80 lapper from Pocono, Pennsylvania, Long Pond, PA, Pocono Mountains, whatever you want to say. I actually used to live in this area a long time ago. I moved to North Carolina in 2009. Before that, I was actually in PA, right outside of Wilkes-Barre. It used to take me 45 minutes to get to Pocono. They used to shut down the lanes on Route 115 coming down through Bear Creek. And they'd have 3 lanes going up to the track. And when the race was over, they'd turn it around. They'd have 3 lanes going back down Route 115. So it's actually pretty cool what they did to make sure everybody was able to, get to the track in the most expedient manner. But it was kind of interesting how they turned a 2-lane road into a 3-lane road both ways. All right, Austin Collins looks like if you look on the bottom, right next to that lap, right next to your scoring pylon, you'll see Austin Collins has actually been faster than Tom Harmon 3 of the last 5 laps. And when we add Jose Ruiz into that mix, you can see that Jose, he's also been faster a lap over the 2 in front of him on lap 76. He was 0.2 faster. 3 laps to go here from Pocono, getting closer and closer to the end. Tom Harmon still leading. Austin Collins P2, Jose Ruiz 3rd, Andrew Chapman P4, Chris Murphy P5. Kenny Lind, Evan Knopp, Brian Prizikemi, Cole Snyder, and Josh Arnold round out the top 10. All right. So again, that is the battle for first and second. Jose Ruiz right now sitting on the bottom step of the podium. Here he is in his Columbia number 23. 2 laps remaining from Pocono. Top 2 are unchanged, but this is going to be a pretty wicked battle on that last lap. I would imagine that once they take that white flag and there will be no contact to the bumpers, maybe we'll see a little bit of a change. But right now, it looks like the 68, he's trying to catch a little bit of a draft off of the 2. 2 again is going to be Claire Murphy, trying to get a little bit of a draft off of Claire. Claire's going to go ahead and throw it up high, letting the 2 leaders go on through. And it'll be interesting to see what the 74 does. Next time they come underneath the start stripe, it's going to be taking the white flag. 1 caution tonight from Pocono. Right about this spot on track. And 68 is going to try to dive on down, break the draft from the 74. 74 is going to pull way on up, going into turn 1 and 2. This will be a mano-a-mano affair. 74 is going to go up high, going to try to grab a whole lot of momentum into and off of this corner. Can he pull up on the back end of the 68? So far, it says no. Down the back stretch, right there, a little bit of a bump. Not much going on. 68 still holding on into the tunnel turn. Will they have to go below that yellow line to get a little bit of extra grip? 68 absolutely pushing it. 74 says, hey, come on, I want this. 68 still holding him off. 74, 68 into turn 3. 74 pushing it a little squirrely, and that might be it to give it to Tom Harmon in this Avril Lavigne number 68 Silverado to grab his 5th win of the season. It looks like it's going to be a phenomenal race for both him, Austin Collins, and Jose Ruiz will bring it home P3. Andrew Chapman, Kenny Lind, Chris Murphy, Evan Knopp, Brian Pizzichemi, Cole Snyder, and Josh Arnold again to complete your top 10. What a phenomenal race. Whole lot of single file racing, but at times it got pretty intense as well. Matty Joy fan says, wow, what a battle. I tell you what, you absolutely saw that 74 really trying everything that he possibly could do in order to get on up there and take this W. Just didn't have it in the end to get on by. See the 23 Jose Ruiz coming on up, giving a little bit of a love tap to that Avril Lavigne back bumper. Same thing with the 57. 74 wanted that win. You're absolutely right, Matty. Absolutely right. All right, we're going to go ahead and clear the boards. We're going to give it on over to Tom Harmon right now. Absolutely earned it. See Josh Arnold coming on up as well. All right. Tom Harmon, it's all you. Light him up, sir. All right, Tom Harmon again, your winner tonight from Pocono for the NAV 80, the Network Alliance for Veterans 80 lapper in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. All right, ladies and gents, I will be right back. We're going to have Austin Collins, Tom Harmon, and Jose Ruiz live in the booth in just a moment. We'll start off with Jose. We will be right back. Don't nobody go nowhere. All right, we are back. Got our top three live in the booth. Driver 23, Jose Ruiz, up 5 spots total after starting 8th on the evening, bringing it home 3rd. Jose, that Columbia machine was pretty much put through all the paces this evening. Walk us through your race. When the field is as spread out as it tends to be at Pocono, how do you have the patience to just run your race the track, and gain that many positions with just one caution and mostly green flag pit stops?
Yeah, having run Pocono a good handful of times in different leagues, it kind of shows you to wait in line. It's one of those tracks where if you try to make a move, you'll end up losing a couple of spots. So knowing that, just decided to stay in line. Thankfully, I got a good starting position. I started 8th. I normally start in the back since I sometimes don't have time to practice. This time I actually had a good amount of time to practice and run some qualifying, so that helped a lot. But yeah, I didn't realize we had to pit 3 times, but we only had like 2 sets of tires, so I was not sure how that was going to go. But I didn't freak out totally because I knew if it stayed green, I know I'm a lot better than I am at the beginning of the run. So the end was not having to take tires that first pit stop. I think I kept up with Harmon there for a little bit. For once, he usually disappears into my front windshield like he did that last run. So, but that it kind of sucks seeing that caution. I was, like I said, hoping to see how it would play out, but it kind of worked in my favor. I saved a set there, not pitting, and we stayed green. Kind of wish we had 100% fuel, so the run was longer, but it's all right. It's whatever. But I still had fun regardless for third place finish.
Yeah, it's going to be a good points night for you. Looking ahead at the schedule, going ahead, tonight's race completes the 10th race of the season so far and completes the first half of the season. On August 28th, we're heading on out to Michigan International Raceway, where the race actually was this afternoon. I'm not quite sure if that finished or if it was rained out. Kind of lost track after a little while, but how you feel about going into Michigan, where you are in points, and the second half of the season coming up?
Oh, points is a lost cause. I've missed way too many races. I'm like 30 something or 20 something in points, so I'm just out here to have fun. But Michigan, I kind of like Pocono. You can't really make a run, or you can't really make a move without losing a bunch of spots. So you kind of got to be aggressive about it. Hopefully we get some long runs there, and maybe I can work my way up to the front there.
Michigan has always been one of my favorites, and we've known each other a long time. Hopefully you'll be able to work your way up to the front, lead a bunch of laps, and have a phenomenal race, maybe 1 or 2 steps better.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Pete.
You got it, buddy. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to get out there, Jose?
Shout out to my wife. I'm in here a lot in my room racing.
Yeah.
I think like 4 days out of the week. So, but she puts up with it. She puts up with me. So I love her for that.
There you go.
I just got to cook dinner like I did today. So make up for it. But shout out to admin and Turn Down for What, and you, Pete, for broadcasting the races.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Actually, I'll see you
All
tomorrow
right,
night.
sounds good.
You got it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, moving on up. P, number 2, Austin Collins in that number 74 Toyota TRD machine, up 2 spots after starting 4th. Austin, I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I saw you way back in the field, and I wasn't quite sure what was going on. But as always, in the end, you know how to get the most out of your fuel tank, most out of your tires, and you do the best you can with what you've got to deal with on track. Talk us through your race. I think you said something about having a little bit of a mishap on pit road, but man, P2 yet again here on Sunday nights from Pocono. Walk us through your race, sir.
Yeah, that initial run felt pretty good. I think I was in second whenever the first green flag stop happened, and ended up going in my pit and sliding my box real good. I wasn't taking tires, so at that point I came back out, and I wasn't super far behind. I was right behind. I was at a second and a half behind Jose and his group, and I think I would have maybe been able to hold on to the draft, and it would have played out all right. But the tire situation was kind of odd. It was different. Like I said before, he had like a 16, 17 second lead or something crazy. So it would have been really interesting to see. I think we would have been okay still, personally. Just with he would have been out there by himself on those old tires, and we still would have been hauling with draft. So we would have been really moving. But as I just that caution changed it up a little bit and kind of made them change their strategy, and they had to do something. It really hurt them, and I tried to take advantage of that, and ended up that second green flag stop that we had that came out, and I was able to hook up with Thomas, and we just kind of drove away and tried to get to him there at the end. Try to get something for him, couldn't let him just have it freely. So, but messed up going golf into the tunnel turn and got the wall a little bit, and really that was my move I was planning, and I messed it up. So we'll proceed. We'll go to Michigan next week and hope for little bit better.
Yeah, we saw the back end kick out just a little bit. Matty Joy fan was out there in chat saying 74 absolutely wanted that win. So she saw it, I saw it. If the back end had actually hooked up, do you think you possibly could have pulled to the inside or the outside of Tom Harmon and maybe had a good side-by-side battle coming to the line?
No. I was telling him the whole race. My turn 3 was unfortunate. Turn 3 was the one I struggled with because that's the one that you're coming to the line to. So, like I said, I messed up in the tunnel turn, and so I was trying to gain it all back, and we're having a brake bias down at 40. It stepped out on me, trying to make up what I could, trying to get just to his bumper, to do something. But so I was going to try to put it to him, but like I said, that back end stepping out with the brake bias so low, I couldn't even get to his bumper, so he was able just to kind of drive away there. But I'm not complaining. Like I said, Thomas is a good friend of mine, good teammate. So I was glad I could help him get a win here tonight.
So Jose was just saying, next week when we get to Michigan, it's gonna be like Pocono, where if you step out of line, try to make a move, you run the chance of losing a spot or more. Next week is going to be all about that draft. Staying in the draft. Otherwise, you absolutely lose the lead, lose multiple spots, or you could lose a whole pack, especially at the beginning. You looking forward to Michigan International Raceway, or you gonna try to get some of your teammates together and maybe do a little bit of practice during the week?
Well, first off, I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I should be able to, but I'll be coming back from vacation. I don't know what time I'll be back home, so we'll see if I do make it. Michigan personally isn't one of my favorite tracks. Like Jose was saying, these tracks like this in Pocono, where you jumping out kind of hurts you. It's just, to me, it's not fun racing personally. Everybody has their things.
Yep.
It's fun to wheel it, but like I said, whenever you get punished for trying to make a move, it's really, it can turn the race either into a caution fest with all the checkups because nobody wants to move out of line, or people overdriving the corner trying to make it work. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, Michigan's just one of those tracks. Nothing really else like it, I guess, besides Auto Club, but like I said, that's no longer.
Right.
But we'll see what we can do. Like I said, it's kind of like here, so hopefully, if I can finish like we did tonight, that wouldn't be too bad.
No doubt. You're it seems like you're fast every single place we go. Looking forward to seeing you at Michigan. If not there, maybe at Kern or Lime Rock as the season rolls on. Congratulations on this, the second step on the podium, Austin. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to get out there, sir?
Yeah, I gotta thank you, Pete, for doing the broadcast. You do a great job. Papa and all the admins here at Turn Down for What. All the drivers that show up, all the fans that watch. I gotta thank Team Watson Racing for allowing me to support their colors. I gotta thank my buddy TJ Crampton for allowing me to run this scheme that he had. So it was nice having colors on the car this week.
Yeah.
So, and I got to thank all my teammates that raced with me tonight. Like I said, getting Thomas to win was pretty cool.
There you go. Yeah, it definitely looked like you and him were tandem drafting all the way around this place with like 10 to go. So definitely good to see you. Always love watching you and everybody else race. Congratulations, sir. We'll see you in a week or two.
Thank you, Pete.
You got it, buddy. All right, first place, up 5 spots. Talking about that Avril Lavigne number 68 Silverado, Mr. Harmon. This seat seems to be getting accustomed to you sitting there. It's like you got your own little dents in the cushion. No, your 5th win of the season. I'm gonna stop. But your 5th win of the season so far, definitely going to pad that lead that you came in to tonight's race with. I'll actually go ahead and put the points on up there so everybody else can see as well. You came in with 31 points over Evan Knopp tonight. Evan finished back in P number 7, so you're definitely going to pad that. Not quite sure whether he led a lap or not during the exchange of green flag pit stops. But I got to tell you, in the beginning, I was really curious what was going on between you, the 74, the 4 specifically. I mean, it just seemed like at one point he was walking away at a second or two at a clip. I found out later on that it was by virtue of tires versus no tires, or 4 versus 2, or 4 versus just fuel. Was there a point where you were worried about the speed that the 4 had? And walk us through the rest of the race, where it just seemed like it was a battle between you and the 74.
As far as the battle with 4 truck, or the gap with 4 truck, I really wasn't too concerned, because I knew that with Collins there, we're smart enough that we're going to tandem. We're not going to push each other and cost each other time and potentially give it away to somebody else. So I knew that we were going to work together and close that gap. And when they were on old tires, we'd make up a huge chunk of that gap. But as far as the battle with the Collins 74, my turn 1 is trash here, and I'm shocked he didn't try to take it on the exit at one of the runs he had at any point. But it's probably better for him that he sat back there, because it sounded like he was close on fuel, and him being out front would not have helped his fuel situation. But yeah, it was fun, and I thought for sure he was going to make a big stab at it, but apparently he caught the wall there and tunnel turn and gave me the cushion that I needed to hold on.
Yeah, going through the tunnel turn and 4, you could definitely see where he tried to get back in the throttle. The rear end stepped out, and y'all were able to hold on to it. We jumped on board with Jose Ruiz over like the last maybe a lap. Within, I want to say it was like 5 to go, and we watched where the steering wheel, the straight marker, the red stripe on the top of the wheel was straight ahead halfway through the corner. How loose was this truck later on in the run? Was that, do you think that was kind of the feel for a lot of people, or is that what you've got set up as far as your wheel ratio and brake bias?
I can't speak really for anybody else, but I was god awful tight all race long, and my turn 1 never helped, so it just nuked the right front, and that's when Jose and Collins would definitely reel me in really fast.
Another phenomenal race run by you and that Avril Lavigne number 68 Silverado. I know you stepped aside on Monday nights in the Shake and Bake iRacing Xfinity Series to run the tower. You're also live many nights a week playing other games. I think I saw you go live last night playing something completely different. So you're all across the boards, but tonight they call you winner yet again from the Pocono Mountains. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to get out there, sir?
Yep, give a shout out to you up in the booth. Broadcasting it to everybody, all the fans and drivers that show up each week, and all the league admins, and anybody up in race control that's willing to perform that job. And Avril on the truck.
Avril on the truck every single week. All right, buddy. We will see you again next week at Michigan International Raceway. And for the start of the second half of the season, congratulations on the W. All right, ladies and gents, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up from the Pocono Mountains. Been a phenomenal race. Tom Harmon, again, is your winner. Austin Collins, P2. Jose Ruiz, P3. Andrew Chapman, Kenny Lind is going to round out the top 5. We will see y'all again next week. For tonight, take care.